name's Simon and I'm from Armadillo Art Experience. Welcome to my studio. Normally we'd be out and about, showing you how to draw things and running cartoon and art workshops, and of course at the moment we're a bit confined to barracks. So we thought we'd make a few different videos to show you how to draw things at home, which hopefully you'll enjoy doing and you can draw along with. So we're going to start off by drawing a sloth. And hopefully you'll be able to, as I say, follow along with me, starting at the beginning and working through it, and in the end you'll get quite a nice character. I'm going to be drawing in marker pens, and I'll be colouring my sloth with paints, but you can use whatever you've got lying around, and I'm only going to be using 3 colours, yellow, blue and brown anyway, but you can use felt pens or colouring pencils, anything you've got to hand really. So let's get right on with it and create our sloth character. Right then, let's have a go at creating our sloth character, shall we? As I say, I'm going to use a marker pen, but you can use whatever you've got to hand, a pencil or a felt pen, anything you like really. What we're going to do, we're going to start by drawing his eyes, and we're going to build the character outwards. And by doing this, we won't run out of sort of space and a little face shape. If we start drawing that first, it's much harder. So, first of all then, let's start with the eyes. There's one eye. And another, and then let's put a nose on. Sloths have got quite a funny face actually, they're almost quite human if you look at one. So we'll put some eyeballs in, like that. And then you can put his mouth on, and they do almost have a smile, like that. Now what we can then do is build this face shape round the outside of his features, so then as you can see we've got enough room for everything then, rather than having to try and cram it into a small shape we've already drawn. So that's his face, and what we're going to do now, we're going to give him the top of his head like this, and then we can bring that down there like that and make ourselves a bit of a neck. Now you'll notice when I'm drawing these lines, I'm not drawing a sort of just a straight line like this, I'm drawing more of a broken line, so it makes it look like fur. So once we've done that, what we can do is we can first of all we can put an arm in. And so what I'm going to do, because he's going to be hanging from a branch or a creeper up here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw that first arm in now, and in the same way with the broken line like this, I can put his arm in, and then I'm going to bring his tummy along like this, and I'm going to put another leg up there, another arm up there like this, and with the same sort of broken line on it, so it looks a bit like fur. And then we can move along and draw his tail, and we can draw his back there like this. And so there you can see we've got our complete sloth, haven't we? So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move up to here, and I'm going to draw his hooky type hand up here like this, on that leg. And then I'm going to draw a hooky type hand on that leg as well. And so there he is, and you can see there, he's ready for us to add a creeper or a branch in. And then when we've done that, we're going to add the legs on his other side, holding on to it from the other side. So what we can do, we can draw our branch coming along like that, going up there. Like this. Like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to draw another leg there, like this, and another leg, or arm rather, there like this, you see. And so they're on the other side of the branch, and then we can just draw a couple of fingers, these couple of little hooky fingers coming over there like that, holding on the other side, like this. So there we have our sloth. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add a little bit of detail. Again, you can do this if you want, just to make him look furry. So I'm going to add a little bit of fur detail. I don't want to do too much, but I'll just do a little bit, just to give a bit of a feeling of fur on him. Just do a bit on his legs as well, like that. So again, you can just do as much as that as you want really. And I'm going to put a little bit of detail onto his branch as well. There we go, or creeper. And there we have it, we have our sloth. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to add some colour. And I'm going to do that with the paints. But as I say, you can use anything you've got to hand, colouring pencils, felt pens, anything you like really, to sort of, you know, and you can colour it how you want really as well. But I'm just going to show you the way I'm going to do it, simply using 3 paints. So I'll put my paper plate there, I'm going to put my paints onto. And I'm going to use blue, yellow, and brown, like that. And by out of those colours that I put on my plate, I should be able to get everything out of them that I need to colour our sloth in successfully, hopefully. So now let's add some colour. So to start with, I've got yellow and I've got brown and I've got blue, as I say, and I'm going to mix a little bit, a tiny bit of blue into the brown, just a tiny bit, to slightly darken that up, but only a bit. And with that, I can paint his face like this. Yeah, I can put a little bit of water in if I want to. So I'm using acrylic paints, but as I say, you could use felt pens. In that case, obviously, don't mix them, just use the colours you've got, or colouring pencils, or you could use poster paints or watercolours, whatever you've got really. So next, I'm going to put a bit more blue into my brown to darken it up a little bit, like this. So as you can see, that blue and brown makes more of a, almost a black colour. And I can do this dark sort of bit they've got around here, almost a bit like a superhero mask, like this. And his eyes, like this. And that's what makes him a bit of a sloth, really, like this. Ooh, it's gone into his eye a bit, never mind. And then I can do his nose, because he's got quite a dark nose as well, like this. Do a bit underneath his face there, like that. And then we've sort of really coloured his face in a funny kind of way. That's all we need. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put a bit of yellow into that colour like that. And I can paint in his eyes with a bit of yellow and a bit of reddy brown. So there we go. Probably should have done this before, but what I'm going to do with that darker colour that we mix, so the blue and the reddy brown, I can paint his claws in, like that. And then I'm going to take a little bit of that reddy brown again, the sort of mixture I made, but with a bit more reddy brown in it, like this. And I can start adding a little bit of sort of fur detail on him, like this. So like that, you see. So now we've got a bit of fur on his arms, and now we can paint some down there, like this. And we can keep painting that on, giving him some nice fur detail, like that. And as I say, you could be doing this with a colouring pencil and it'd be fine. So I'm not putting too much paint on my brush, I'm just you know, using it quite dry there, like that, to make some nice fur detail. And then when we've done that, I'm going to just use the reddy brown on its own, and I'm going to put a little bit of that in there as well, like this. Now, because sloths live in the jungle, don't they, or equivalent, I'm not actually, to be honest, it's awful, I don't actually know 100% where they live, but they tend to have a lot of algae and things on them, growing on them from the trees, because they live in quite damp environments. So what I thought we'll do in a second, as you can see, we've got blue and yellow, and as we know, if we mix blue and yellow together, we get a nice green colour like this. And the idea is we can then use this to make some leaves and the creeper and also a bit of algae on our sloth. So, because I'm using acrylics and they're quite thick, I'm going to pop some water into that green colour, and I'm just going to first of all paint the creeper in like this. And bearing in mind, this is just how I'm doing it. You know, if you're doing this at home, you could paint it in any way you like. There's no, there's no need to use these particular colours. There's no need, you could do whatever you like and get creative with it. But this is just the way that I would do it personally. So once we've got this in there, we can again use some of that green and start adding a bit to his body there like that for his bit of algae that's growing on him like that. On his arms if you want, but you don't have to. And then what I can do now if I want is I can use a bit of the green, so again the yellow and blue mixed together, and just draw some sort of other leafy type shapes down here, just to show that he's not just hanging in the middle of nowhere. He's foresty area like that. You can do a little bit coming down from the top if you like, and if you want to, you don't have to. You can always do another sort of just little creeper shapes in the background, and a bit down there if you want, and make it into a scene of the jungle if you like to. So that's that. And of course, if you really want to, if you're really enthusiastic, I can take a little bit of the blue paint we've got and put that in the background there, a bit like a bit of sky coming through the trees. But again, very totally up to you how much of that you would like to do. And then last but not least, I'm going to mix a little bit of blue with a little bit of brown like this, so make it quite a dark blue colour, and I pop some of that yellow in, so it makes a bit of a yucky colour actually, a bit of almost like quite a slimy colour. But never mind, you'll see what we're doing with this. And I can just put some of that on the bottom of that creeper like this. And hopefully, as you can see, that will make it look a bit shadowy and give it a bit of shape like that. A bit of detail in it. And if I want to, I can always put some of that darker green there like that on him. And there we have it, our finished sloth. So there we have it, the finished sloth picture. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video. We'd like to have a go at that. Obviously you can sort of rewind it and watch it again to find out how to do it. And also we're going to put some stills in the comment section below the video so you can see step by step how to draw the sloth. So that's that one. What we're going to do over the next few weeks is make some more of these videos with different things to draw on. Some of them are going to be sort of cartoon illustration like that one, different characters and so on, and some are going to be more sort of general art techniques to learn. If you produce a piece of work you're really happy with, why not take a photo of it and put it on our Facebook page, which hopefully the address of is going to be just below me about here in a moment when I edit that on. And yeah, have a go, and please let us see the results, and we'll be back soon with another episode of showing you how to draw something, or draw together as I believe we're going to call it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.